Greetings, Massive. Greetings to everyone locked into this event called Reggae from Africa. And like we promised you, we have it having right here in the studio. Actually, we're having right in his yard, talking to you all in your yard. You know, he's not here with me. He's in his beers in his yard. Yeah. So welcome, WYRE, to the show. Greetings, brother.
No. Yes, so give thanks, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
True. Honor to have you, my brother. You know, it's been a long time we've been talking about sitting together to reason on this level. We give thanks that we finally, you know, got to that, you know. See, so right now you're in Kenya, no doubt, or you're somewhere outside Kenya.
Sorry, could you repeat that again? Sorry, I didn't get you.
I said, are you right now in Africa, in Kenya, East Africa?
Now, yeah.
All right, that's what. All right, yeah, because I said I have to introduce you, you know, with the fire anthem, East Africa representing to the max. You see me? So tell me.
Right now we're right now in Africa.
True. So tell me, WYRE, what's your real name? Because people hear WYRE and they say he's from East Africa, but WYRE, what? Is that his name? So tell us about yourself so that your fans, millions of them too, can know more about you, bro.
Yeah, funny enough, a lot of people think WYRE is only a stage name, but it's actually my real name. It's my second name. So I'm actually, my full name is like Kevin WYRE. So I just decided, let me run with WYRE as my stage name.
Okay, WYRE is your real name, your second name.
Yes. When I was trying to look for a stage name, I went through a lot of things. I tried, you know, KWK. That it was sounding corny, so I decided, you know, why not just use my name?
Anyway, those who know you know that you didn't just start with your second name, WYRE. You started before then with something else, which was also recognized. I come from Nigeria, you know, WYRE, my brother. So you were already recognized before the name WYRE even came out and became an identity in the scene of reggae and music in Africa. You came out with a group then that was called, if I'm right, Necessary Noise?
Necessary Noise, yes.
Necessary Noise. So tell me, how did your musical journey actually start? Because it could have started from your mama's belly or right when you were 1 month old, I don't know. But I know I started to hear about you from Necessary Noise, but tell us, give us a history, a little bit of this story now, or your story.
Well, first of all, growing up, my father had the largest collection of music on vinyl when I was growing up. And I grew up listening to all sorts of music, you name it, from Elvis to Charlie Pride to Boney M to ABBA to Jackson 5, everyone. And then the first tape I actually ever owned was a Don Carlos tape. That was the first album I ever owned on my own. So that's how the reggae bug caught on to me, man. I fell in love with that album, the Don Carlos and Gold album. And music, I fell in love with the album, man. It was a lovely album. So from then on, I kept on, you know, came in now. Dancehall started growing. I started listening to Yellow Man, Shabba Ranks, Born Jamaicans. That influence also started creeping in, and the more I listened to it, the more I learned the more. I started writing my own music when I got into high school. I joined the school choir. We had an a cappella group while I was in high school. I started performing pretty early when I was in high school. So at least all my stage fright got finished in the high school. I remember the first time I was ever on stage. At the end of the performance, my shirt was dripping wet. So at least all my, normally after prep in school, all the rappers from all the classes used to come around my desk, and everybody used to have this burnout sessions. So everybody used to come through with a hardcore style, you know, hardcore rapper. And I was the only one who used to sing R&B and with the dancehall flow. So everybody started calling me, hey, this is the lovey-dovey guy. Why the love child? So it's stuck. So like, this is a ladies man there. Let's call him the love child. So it stuck. Why the love child? Shortly after high school, I got into studying. I studied a mass communication. That with I started recording my music when I met up with my producer Ted Josiah, and that's when I met up with my partner in Necessary Noise called Nazizi, because she was recording in the same studio. We were under the same label, and she was doing pretty well for herself at that time as a hip hop artist. So collaboration together, and when we talked to our producer, he was like, "Yo, that's a great idea. Let's see what we can work on together." And when we started working on that project together, he really liked the vibe and the chemistry we had, and one thing led to the other. We formed a group, and that's how Necessary Noise came up.
Wow, because that blend of both of you, they say yes, perfect spice up. It was something unique, coming out of not just Kenya but Africa. A male and a female that were dropping this kind of combination, hip hop style in it, R&B flavor in it, and of course authentic African vibes in it. This was well accepted and recognized everywhere. Nigeria people, their head they craze. They always set high level, but I tell you, you guys penetrated the Nigerian market very, very strongly, man. Trust me, man, with Necessary Noise. And going further, you took it a step, or both of you took it a step further. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, WYRE. You were saying something.
Yeah, we give thanks that project that album really took off well. The Kenyan Boy album. And we traveled everywhere because of that album. There's nowhere I didn't travel to with my sister Nazizi, and the reception. We brought in a whole new vibe, a whole new sound. Lacing hip hop beats with reggae and dancehall vibe on it, and using that street language that really connected with the youth back then. So a lot of people ended up calling us the voice of the youth back then. So I think that's why the youth really connected with our sound. And we did also a couple of cross-border collaborations with artists from Uganda, from Tanzania, from South Africa.
Yeah, I was just about to get on that anyway. Yeah, I was just about to get on that because I was just saying, or about to say that you and Naziz took it a notch further and crossed over, and then had the East African connection with Ugandan artists and so forth and so on. And what inspired that move? Because it's not something that was easily seen, or have been easily seen in the African music circle, where people from one part, go to the other part with a project like that and blend together and work together. What inspired that movement or that journey?
What happened, I remember very well, we had just come back. We were on tour in the US with launching the album. It was about a month's tour. And when we were there, Bebe Cool, our Ugandan brother, reached out to us, and he mentioned that he was doing a comeback concert in Kampala, in Uganda. So he invited us over. So immediately we got back to Nairobi. We flew across to Uganda. And we knew him from quite some time back, because he started his career actually in Nairobi. He launched his career himself and Chameleon, or his fellow Ugandan artist. And we used to do a lot of shows here when he was in Nairobi. And he said, I would love it if you guys, graced my stage on my comeback concert in Kampala. So when we went over, I remember telling him, listen, I'm one of the biggest fans. There's a song of yours called King of the Jungle that I really love. And he was like, you know what? Yeah. Why not hit studio today? Let's hit studio, the three of us. So we hit studio that day, and we worked on a song called Africa Unite.
Yes.
So it was funny. We hit studio today. The next day was the day of the concert, and we put it live on stage, and the crowd went nuts because they had never seen such a combination before.
Me too.
and then funny thing is that, East Africa is Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Nazizi is Kenyan, but also has Tanzanian roots. I'm from Kenya, and Uganda is from Biblical. So what we're seeing on stage is a whole of the East Africa musically, bringing fresh vibes, a whole new vibe. And it was history in the making, man. That project really took off, man. We kept on going back to Uganda. I was in Uganda like every 2 weeks.
Wow.
I even started learning the local dialect, man. The vibe was so huge. We follow-up single after Africa Unite was Fire Anthem, and that song, man, just took Africa by storm, man.
Yeah, that was the first tune I bust here because I recognized the tunes too, you know. And before we go further into your lovely story, we want to take our time and play one more tune from WYRE. Listen to this one, Thing Called Bless. That's it from WYRE Marcy. We are going to take a track from WYRE's collection of music, beautiful one, Thing Called Uprising, just to simmer down this topic right now.
Fresh Air Productions. Enough respect going out to Arif, Super Cooper, Love Child on the case, and feed the youths on the scene. Feed the youths on the scene. Time for the youths to rise up. This is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see, this is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see. Foundation of the future be the only thing, and the focus of the youths. And whether get a youths or the uptown youths, and it no matter strap on your Gideon boots, and ready enough to burn down corruption, burn drug abuse, and burn negativity in life for the youths. And we no 1% fight anymore, and we no 1% fight anymore. This is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see, this is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see, your whole life you've been talking about the way upon the door. You've been knocking on the door of success. For the time you not stressed, but the pay off it come for all of you working. In you me see the future leader and the future teacher and the future mother and the father of our children. And only you are control where your life goes. Only you are control where your life goes. Uprising, yeah, this is an uprising, yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. Now you see, this an uprising. Yeah, this an uprising. Yeah, this an uprising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. Now you see, we no want no fighting in our yard. Tell them we no want no fighting in our yard. We no want no.
Yes, WYRE, this track, you know, the message in it is very clear. You know, the youths are, this is the time of the youths now to rise up, definitely, no doubt. And I give thanks for such messages coming out from you, for our youths in Africa. This is what we want, that they get conscious and know what is, because we can see what's going on in the world today. And reggae music inspired me to stay the way I am. And I give thanks that I come from Nigeria, that where you see a lot of crazy things coming out. But I give thanks when I hear artists like you with such message, you know, for our youth then, because I'm a father myself, and what we try to do is to strengthen the generation, just like the ones ahead of us did strengthen us to stay on this upfall path. Now, coming back to things you do, because like I said, WYRE is full of work. I know how much I was trying to get you on the phone, my brother, for weeks. You know, so I know that you are the Gregoristic director in Kenya, among other things you're doing. So tell us about getting involved in this project and how you became the director and what's up going there with the GI Foundation.
First of all, a big up FIRE for creating the link. Big up Kirsten for making it happen. She reached out a couple of years back because of a project we were trying to do. And then she later reached out to me in regards to the to launching the Gregory Isaacs Foundation. So they were looking for representative to various representatives in different parts of Africa. And since we already had a relationship with Kirsten, she reached out to me and to see whether I'd be interested to represent the GI Foundation in Kenya. And about a year and a half ago, I traveled to the UK for the official launch, and we had an amazing launch up there, man. And it was great to see all the love that was there for GI, and us launching the cause of what we're going to do in the various countries to represent the foundation. Right here in Kenya, we're working on mentoring a number of upcoming artists and try and get them to a place where the art can actually feed them. You know what I mean? Because I believe as an artist, your art should be able to feed you. So we're currently in the work, speaking a couple of artists that we're working with, and see how we can get a couple of their projects out and get them to, you know, earn a living from that through their art.
Great. This is good to know, you know, because you know also that I represent GI Foundation in Nigeria. You started before us, so we are learning from you. Thank you for taking that bold step, because you're part of the team that inspired us also to take up our own challenge and set it up in Nigeria. But unfortunately, or fortunately, because everything has both sides in it, coronavirus came out last year and we've not been able to launch it officially. But I was just talking to Black Jar and Mr. Glennie. I told them that there will be individual launch, which we've conceptualized to take place in July. And of course, your honorable self, we hope to have you also in that visual launch of Gregory Isaacs Foundation in Nigeria in July. It will be an honor to have you. And talking about Gregory Isaacs Foundation, you're part of the artists that did the works that we've been celebrating since it came out. But before I do that, I'm gonna play a tune now, because WYRE, we're speaking in English, but you have your mother tongue, so me, I go bust this track right now.
Wataka kuniua bure baba, wataka kuniua bure baba. wanna fight, me nah want to. Take away me time, me nah fight you. You really wanna fight, but me nah want to spend all me time fighting over something that you know we can't find. You been a brother for a long time, long time. Nothing coulda make we come fight, come fight. Call a truce, coming nah like, nah like. Oh, you confused, boy, you nah right, nah right.
Yes, WYRE. This one now, we are talking African language here, you know, Sina Makosa. So tell us about the track, you know,
Swahili.
What it means. Yes, I know it's Swahili, for those who don't know.
Sina Makosa, it's saying I haven't made any mistake. It's not my fault. It's actually I redid a rendition of a old school song, originally done by the band called Les Wanyika, and so I did a new school version, you know, and I fused it with dancehall. And yeah, it became a club hit on this side, man, because guys could remember the old version and I brought in the new vibe with it.
Yeah, it was also a club hit in Nigeria, not just your place, you know. Even though they don't speak Swahili or know really or understand the words, but it was banging in the club, said we, my brother. So big up for that project, you know. Back to GI Foundation, the Night Nurse reading was released last year. Yeah. And you happen to be one of the honorable artists upon that reading. So you already talked about how the link between you and GI get to be, but this track you put out there, Nibila Wewe, man, yeah, tell us about how you came up with this and decided to use a Swahili title for a Gregorianic reading. Blood fire, you know, my brother. You tough. Tell us about this track.
you know, the whole rhythm. See, the whole rhythm has this wide from all over the world, and I decided, you know what, let me try and stand out and represent, you know, my motherland. Let me
your roots.
You know, let me represent Kenya with our. You know, with the national anthem. Yeah, I did a lovers rock tune called Me Below, which means me without you. It's a love song, lovers rock tune. Came out with, especially when I perform it in this site, guys are loving it.
Yeah,
but
it's a lovely
in general, right. And they love they love the mix of different artists who came through with their, you know, the interpretation of that rhythm.
Yes, great work, man. Big up the ISF. Before we play that tune, you back then, what kind of made your career take off? Was it because you were then in the US, yeah, for the is it Jerawa or how they pronounce this award? You ended up winning an award there as the new upcoming artist, something like that, yeah? Did your career then step up after that, or was it like, yeah, it's good to have it and then we'll keep on going? Because that was a big boost, because so many people started to pay attention to you after that also, you know? So how did you get to perform on that stage in the US, and then of course you picked the award?
I'd say there was quite a buzz back home right now before the award. The solo career, then we had the Necessary Noise phase, and then we had the East African Bashment phase. And then I went back to do my solo stint, and I remember I got nominated, especially after the release of my song Uprising, which was off the Relationships rhythm. I'll tell you what, one of the reasons for Uprising was we had just come from a very rough patch in our country at that point, which was the post-election violence a couple of years ago. And I felt that the youths had been used in the wrong way, because they were the ones running the streets, creating all the chaos. It was very unfortunate. So I put all my feelings on pen and paper, and that's but just by virtue of being on that relationships rhythm, which was produced by Arif Cooper, I started getting a lot of airplay also in the Caribbean and Jamaica and everywhere. So the album, actually, I'm privileged to be on the same album with, you know, some heavyweight.
Oh.
Man, I was same album with Sean, Coley Buds, Alain, Cecile, everybody, all these guys I grew up listening to. I was sharing the same album with them. I was actually in the same album with them. And that's when I got nominated for the International Reggae and the World Music Awards. I think that was in 2013. It was a category, but we give thanks. I attended the award, I performed, and actually I won my category. And shortly after is when now I traveled to Jamaica to shoot the video for the song I did with Alain, which is now
all right. Yeah, go pin it there, yeah, because man, right now
I made great links when I.
We want to play that tune with you and Alain because, yeah, another big tune, you know. Relationship rhythm, for those who don't know, yeah, WYRE was on that rhythm with that tune we just bust a while ago, Uprising, serious tune, you know, lots of message. That tune also helped to introduce you also back to us in the reggae scene, you know. We know you from Necessary Noise, like I say, way back, but that tune, yeah, that relationship rhythm, like you rightfully said, it got you bigger space. We were playing you in Germany here in our dance. So when they play the track, they say, oh, a Kenyan brother, this, that the Jamaicans will say, are you serious? On this rhythm? Kenya? I say, yes, it's a Kenyan brother, this, you know, Uprising. Yeah. So, but right now, Marcy, we want to play a new tune now from WYRE, featuring Alain from Jamaica. Listen to this, one of the great tracks from this artist now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love child on the case. Said you want a man, said you want a man, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, 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 oh, yeah, 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 WYRE, Alain, oh, Love Child Records. Said she want a man who be faithful, she don't want a man who be so ungrateful, she don't need a love to be painful, more time for your heart, she be grateful. WYRE make me wanna say, nakupenda pia, pia, aha, nakupenda pia, you make me wanna say, nakupenda pia, pia. She don't care about me background story and thing. All she wants in life is oneness and thing. Saying to myself, me want this fine thing. Put me give and check to say the right thing. Listen, girl, let me put a ring on it. Share it to me name, let her make you one call it. Them call me love child, consider me on it. Come in on me town, let me show you how me run it. She want a man who be faithful. She don't want a man who be so ungrateful. She don't need a love to be painful. More time for your heart, she be grateful. WYRE make me wanna say, nakupenda pia, pia, aha, nakupenda pia. You make me wanna say, nakupenda pia, pia, aha, nakupenda pia. WYRE teach me Swahili, love in every language, yeah, me want feel it. I mean, really.
Well, Massive, I wish I could play this tune longer and longer because it's one of my special tunes from WYRE artists. Alain, think on Nakupenda, and I think Nakupenda means love, if I'm right, WYRE. Am I right?
Come make we bring forth another love child. Said she want a man who be faithful. She don't want a man who be so.
Nakupenda pia.
All right, we're having some slowdown on the network, but don't watch it. I want to play one more tune before we let WYRE go. Like I said, WYRE had lots of things on his deck. He's a man on his speed. Apart from the music, lots of business thing going. We want to play that particular tune from the Night Notes rhythm, and then we're going to let you go. So just, you know, if you enjoy this, let me pick it up now.
I need a loving, I need a loving every day. Lion, me belong wewe, sina mahaba tele, nishida kuendelea mbele, sina amani kwa moyo, me bila wewe, sina mahaba tele, nishida kuendelea mbele, sina amani kwa moyo. Mukambwe mawazoni mwangu, moyoni mwangu utabaki, hautoki. Natetema nikijua mguso wako utanipa upeo wa furaha. Mi bila wewe sina mahaba tele, kuendelea mbele. Sina amani kwa moyo, mi bila wewe, sina mahaba tele. Ni shida kuendelea mbele. Sina amani kwa moyo, mi bila wewe. You know a lion can't live without a lioness. A fire can't start without a little spark, yes. We can't imagine any possibility.